Hey guys, so last weekend I got a 494 official 3x3 average, which finally breaks the sub 5 barrier. It's been something I've been going for like 2 years since I got 503, and I'm so happy that I finally broke the sub 5 barrier. And I figured I would just show you guys how I did it in this average. So yeah, here's the first solve now. So this scramble was on green cross, so you can scramble with white on front to make it a little easier to understand. Okay, so on this scramble, the white cross pieces, or I guess they're green on mine, but yeah, they were here, 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 and here. So what I ended up doing was a pretty easy X cross. As you can see on this cross edge, there's also this corner attached, and then the edge that goes with the X cross is this one. So what I did first was from here, I did a B prime, and that puts these two edges in a nice position to be inserted into the cross. And then instead of doing an R to finish off, or to pair this up with the corner, I did a U prime R, and that solves this edge. And then I did a U and a D at the same time to put everything in the right spot to finish the cross, X cross. And then something strange kind of happened here. So when I was inspecting, I planned to finish the cross with L prime F2, and then that was going to be my first pair. But for some reason, I ended up doing F2 L prime, just in the solve. It wasn't something I planned. It just happened for some reason. But I was still tracking this pair because that was going to be my first pair. So I didn't actually pause really to recognize that I had solved the cross differently than I thought. So I just went right into the pair that I was already looking at. So I rotated over, set these up. I didn't know that this was like a 3-mover, so I just rotated back and then inserted this and then rotated again. So not great on the rotations here, but you know, that's kind of classic. And then for this pair, I did a U2, set them up like this. And then this is where the solve kind of went wrong. So when I went to insert this pair here, I canceled into inserting this edge into the back slot, which doesn't really make any sense and doesn't really do anything positive. I believe what I was trying to do was, I think I did a U move the wrong way basically. So I think I was trying to insert this corner into the slot like this, but for some reason I just did the U move the wrong way. So we were left here, and then I rotated over, did triple inverse sexy to just solve that pair. And then I had OLL, which I do like this, and then a V perm. And then at one point, like around the end of that V perm, I kind of locked up and then like almost stopped the timer, but I was like a couple moves away from solved, and then finished the V perm and then stopped the timer. So it was even slower because of that. So yeah, overall pretty messy solve. It kind of had some potential to be pretty good, but I just made too many mistakes. So yeah, here's the next solve now.
Elliot, 7.
Okay, so this scramble was on orange cross, so you can scramble with white on the left to make it a little easier to follow along. So on this scramble, your cross pieces are here, 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 and here. And what I did basically was I noticed that if you did basically D R prime, it solves these two in relation to each other. And then you also have this free pair, which I was tracking the whole time. And from here, a good way to solve these pairs is actually, or solve these edges, is do a B prime. So basically put this edge in the wrong spot, but it also sets up this edge to be put in the right spot, and then you can correct the whole cross with a D2. And then instead of doing an R prime, I did a U prime R prime because I knew this pair would be free if I did that. So then I rotated over, inserted it in the back with an R prime U2R, but I canceled into solving this pair because I noticed it was right here. So then just an R2, U prime, R prime, and then that makes this free. And then I did the same insert, but into the back like that, LU2 L prime. And this is where the solve gets a little weird. So my solution for these last two pairs, I wouldn't say was very good, but it was kind of spammy, and it ended up working out in the end. I wouldn't say it was awful, but so what I did was, for some reason, I decided to keyhole this pair in. So you have this edge here and this corner. Generally, you don't want to keyhole this kind of case because the corner is in a bad spot to be inserted because you have to misorient it. So that's just what I did anyway, though. So I did a D and then U prime, put this in the right spot, and then insert, and then it gives you this pair. So, and then from here, I just did this pair the standard way, RU2, R prime, U prime, insert. So that was not like great. I think it would have been better to just solve like the pairs one by one, like no keyhole. But I mean, either way, it worked out. And then I got this really nice last layer case from that. So this OLL is super nice, and I knew that I was going to have just a U-perm. So OLL, and then U-perm like this. I did the R3 one. And like that. So that was 491. Pretty good solve. Here's the next one. So this scramble was on blue cross. You can scramble with white on the back to make it a little easier to follow along. Okay, so on this scramble, you have the cross pieces here, 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 and here. And I made a pretty easy X cross on this one as well. So you can see that this corner is also attached to this edge, and the place it needs to go is right here. So from here, I did an FL. That solves this square. And then your last two pieces you need to solve are here and here. And I basically replaced this edge with this one. But before I did that, I did an F prime to get this X cross edge in the right spot. And then R2, D, and then R, U prime, R to finish off the cross and put that edge in the right spot. And then it's D2. And what you can notice from here is that EO is actually solved. So that basically just means I won't have to rotate for the rest of the solve, which is a very nice case. So I just went for this pair next because they're both on the top here. U, set them up like that, and then insert into the back left. And then I went for this pair next, so this corner in the slot, this edge. And I can tell from doing a double sexy to solve this that this will be free as well after. And that makes this free, so just insert there. So that was a very nice F2O. And now we have this. So something to note, for some reason when I got to this last layer case on this solve, I thought one of the corners was like twisted the wrong way for some reason. Like I think I thought I had like something like this, and I'm not really sure why. But basically, if I were to have had something like this, that would have meant that my F2L wasn't actually solved, like in the back something was wrong. But either way, I kind of just took the risk and then just did what the OLL might be. But it was just, I guess it was just my mind playing tricks on me, I don't know. But I just did the back soon, and then at this point I realized, okay, OLL is solved, so like nothing's wrong, I'm just paranoid for some reason. And then I went ahead and did this G perm, like that. So yeah, very nice solve. Got pretty lucky on that F2O EO continuation. It was very nice there. Yeah. So here's the next one.
8 seconds.
So this solve was on red cross. You can scramble with white on right to make it easier to follow along. So on this scramble, you have your cross pieces here, 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 and here. And I went for a pretty simple cross solution on this one, but it ended up working out very nicely. So I started with an F prime. That solves this one, and then a U prime R. And now we have these two, one move away, and then both of these are also one move away. So it's pretty nice setup here. And then a D prime, and then an F. And then I'm going to solve this last one, but my first pair is this right here. So I can cancel into setting up this pair with an R2, U prime, R prime. And then I rotate it over, and at this point, I went to insert this in the back, and I noticed that this was here, so I canceled into setting this up to be a 3-mover as well. So insert this in the back, and then cancel with an R2 again, and then insert there. And as you could see from that, there was this free pair in this slot this whole time. So as I was solving this, I noticed that this free pair was here, and it's still a 3-mover even after I broke it up there. And at this point, I did a classic Luke Garrett Y2 for no reason. So I did a Y2 to put this in the front slot. I have no clue why. It was just stupid. I don't know. But from here, insert that, and then it gives you another free pair. So this is a really, really lucky case here. So insert, and then I did a U2, and you get this OLO. So this is actually a one-look glass layer that I've known for a really long time. I actually know a few algs to solve it, but the alg that I would usually do is like this. And that would have been pretty nice, but under a lot of nerves and pressure here, I just decided to do OLO, and it'll basically just give you this U-perm, so you can cancel into it with the R prime at the end there. So the full sequence for this last layer just looked like this. And that was it. So yeah, very nice solve, very lucky F2O, and a very nice last layer case there as well. Yeah, classic Y2, but either way, it's still a good solve. And here's the last solve now.
8 seconds.
Yes! 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 494.
Oh my god! So this solve was on red cross as well, so you can scramble with white on right to make it easier to follow along. This is the final solve, 486. I'm pretty happy with this one. So you can see you have these cross pieces all kind of in a good spot here. And I'm going to solve these in a pretty simple way. So R2 to solve these two in relation, and then this one just needs to go a D2 away. And then this one is already in position to replace this one. And from this spot, I knew that this pair was going to be basically like this as I was finishing the cross. So I knew that if I did a U before I finished the cross, it would basically just set up this free pair. And then I rotated over, inserted, and then I knew this would be my second pair. So I rotated back. So that's already 2 rotations, but these are some pretty spammy solutions. So take that out and then rotate again. And then this pair is going to be the next one after I insert this. So it's going to be a pair that's edges flipped the wrong way. So I can just cancel into setting that up like this. And then rotate again, insert into the back. And this last pair was pretty crazy. The solution I did was kind of not good, but it ended up giving me a really lucky last layer. So I think my intention was, so I solved it like this, pairing it up with F moves. I think my intention was, I was trying to solve EO, I think. But the EO solution is starting with an F prime, but then doing a U prime F to make it a split pair, and then you get EO. But I think my brain kind of malfunctioned or something, I don't know. But I just did the U the wrong way, and then made the pair, and then just inserted it. And then I just got this really nice last layer. A little fun fact here, I actually could have canceled a lot of moves to solve OLO, just like that. So that would have been pretty crazy if I saw that, but I don't blame myself at all for missing that. So I just inserted U, and then F inverse sexy F prime, U prime, and then we just have a U perm. Did the same alg as before, and 486, pretty clutch solve. A little shaky at the end there, but it was, yeah, I'm so happy with it, and yeah. Thank you all for watching. Peace.